Shalom. In this week's Torah portion, Parashat Noach, one of the two famous stories we read is the story of the Tower of Babel, in which all the people of the earth, living in one area, speaking the same language, become afraid that they are going to end up dispersed over all of the earth and separated from each other. So in order to remain cohesive, they decide to build a tower together. And in an ironic twist, God comes down and sees the tower that they're building and is displeased with it. So he confounds their language and spreads them over the whole earth. The Chernobyler Rebbe, a great Hasidic master, in his book The Me'orei Naim, picks up on this idea that everyone spoke the same language. Vayhi kol haaretz safa echat. The whole earth was one tongue. And he says that everyone at that time spoke Hebrew, which he interprets to mean that everyone at that time intimately knew a Torah that existed before even the written Torah that we have today. That originally everyone had an inherent knowledge of godliness and Torah. And when God confounded their language, God caused them to forget the Torah that they knew, to forget the Hebrew letters that they knew, and to go off and to become new people and to speak new languages. But the Chernobyler suggests that each of those different people, on some level, never forgot the Torah that they had once known. That it was always latent and inherent inside them, waiting to come out, to be elicited, to be brought to the surface, to be elevated. And the Chernobyler suggests that the task of a Jew in the world is to seek out those holy sparks, to find within humanity, both in the Jewish community and outside the Jewish community, everything inside of all of those people that is holy, that is godly, that is that ancient Torah that they actually have always had inside of them. Last year, I had the opportunity to hear Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, one of our generation's leading rabbis, speak about his views on a whole range of Jewish subjects. And one of the questions he was asked was, what is a Jew's mission in the world? And he said something I'll never forget. He said, the Jewish people's task in the world is to be the yeast in the dough of humanity. In other words, the Jewish people's task, a Jewish individual's task, is to help elevate humanity, to help humanity surpass itself, to help human beings become greater than they were, though they were always capable of that greatness inherently. Which means that as we encounter other Jews, other non-Jews, we ought to be looking for the Torah that they have inside and helping them to elevate it. Help that Torah come to the surface. Help the goodness, the righteousness, the godliness that everyone has to give it expression, to give it tangible form. And there's an additional piece that the Chernobyler offers, which is to say that every person in the world, Jew and non-Jew, has Torah to teach. Every person has an inherent knowledge of God that is different from every other person's inherent knowledge of God. That means that we as Jews have as our responsibility to be open to the Torah offered to us by all the peoples of the world. And it's very appropriate that this teaching comes from Parashat Noach, which after all is about the first person who's ever referred to as righteous in the Torah, who is not a Jew. But yet Noach is called a righteous person. Noach is called a pure person. Noach, it is said, walked with God. And we as Jews have the responsibility to bring that righteousness out. Shabbat Shalom.